I think that's actually a really cool looking watch.
If Rolex make that one, it's going to fly off the shelf.
That one's 2022. That one's 2018. So that one is about £2,500 more than that one.
This watch has been rumoured for a while now.
This is the white gold with a very rare dial.
We met in the Mayfair bar when Newcastle were playing at Wembley after a few beers and ended up buying a watch. I think this is a definite.
We have quite a lot of the Tudor range now, and they're all less than the list price.
So did the few beers help you out, or?
I think it helped him out more than me. But,
So we're taking a new, well, it's a 2022 model, Chocolate Day-Date 40, rose gold, and it's in very good condition.
What other dials does that one come in?
It comes in like
get
obviously the olive dial.
This is with the rose combination. I know you can get it with baguettes as well.
In rose, it comes with chocolate with baguettes. It comes with RBR bezel.
Yeah. Can you still get the Eisenkiesel dial as well?
Yeah, I haven't seen one for a while, but somebody offered me one yesterday.
That could be one as well that gets discontinued, you know, coming up next month.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Because I think that'll be a short run, the Eisenkiesel.
I think this, for a touch over 40,000, is very good value. If you think they were probably 55,000.
You know, is the rose still commanding the most premium over the yellow gold and the white gold in a Day-Date?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of yellow gold models with the basic dials that are available to us far around list, maybe even less if they're a year or two old. Mm-hmm. But I think at this price we won't have a problem selling this. So that's pretty much everything. You've signed the agreement, so we're just dropping it off. What I'll do is I'll put the links in, we'll get it photographed and get it advertised within a day or two. Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, man.
Okay, Harry, just touching on this consignment which John received this morning. We couldn't manage to get to a deal on a direct purchase. So one of the benefits, we'll have also the option obviously of consignment, so we're going to get more for the customer and it's going to work out better for him in the long run. He has no direct instant need for the cash straight away, so it's going to be more beneficial for him to sell the watch on consignment with us. So we're going to have it put on our website within a day or so, and we don't have this watch in stock, so it works out good for both of us.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Rolex Day-Date.
So we've also got quite a special watch on the desk there.
Yeah, we'll have.
That I can see.
Also coming today. I'll take it out and let you take a look. So this is a watch which we purchased. It arrived today. It is Patek, obviously as you can see from the box, but I'll show you which one it is. It is a Nautilus, but this time it's actually a ladies model. So it's a 7118 in rose gold with the factory bezel.
Wow, that looks like a very special watch.
It is.
Right, so I was just saying, so the dial on that is actually different to the men's Nautilus, which you have, I think they call it like a teak dial, where it's straight slats almost.
Yeah, so this dial is a silvery, it's classed as opaline dial. So it's 18 karat rose gold with factory set diamonds. I believe there's around 50 factory set stones inside that watch on the bezel. And yeah, as you can see, take a look at the dial. It's silver in colour, or classed as silver in colour.
Yeah, it's pretty stunning. It looks like almost a little bit wavy, and there's variation in the lines in the waves.
This particular piece, I don't know if I mentioned, but the reference is 7118. It's a brand new piece. It has the new fold over clasp.
So that's like a butterfly style clasp, is it?
Yeah, I can quickly show you. There you go. So it just falls in the middle. It's a stunning watch. It's a stunning watch. I believe it's 35mm. It's up there and has been one of the top ladies' picks for me, whether it's in full precious metal or whether it's in steel. It's entirely up to yourself, but it's extremely sought after.
But if a client reaches out to you and wants to source one of those, like, do you find that easier to source than a men's one, or I would imagine there's less of those? Yeah,
there's going to be less of these produced, I presume. With all of the Nautilus models, they're extremely difficult to source, and it's all price dependent. You know, if you're willing to pay the price, the watches are available. And this watch is ballpark up to 100,000 as is.
Really? And does it only come with the diamond bezel, or can you get it?
No, it comes with and without. There's also a smaller size as well.
Right.
So this is the larger case size. And like I said, it also comes in steel. Different variations with or without diamonds. But yeah, so this one is the 35mm. Brand new.
And how much will it take to buy that today?
Ballpark 100,000.
Ballpark 100k?
Yeah, and I believe the list price is less than 60.
Wow.
Because
Because it's Paddy's Day and we're off down to Forest later, we're going to smash them and we're going to do a YouTube special deal of the day. We've never done this before, but we're going to start doing a YouTube deal, only for YouTube this deal, mind. We have here today a white gold with the racing dial, Daytona. Looks great with the red pointers, red hands. Now this watch is as full set as you can get. As you can see, this is the original box. Yes, it does show slight wear, but this is the original box that come with the watch. We have your swing tags, and we have all relevant paperwork to go with the watch. Actually comes on a card, a UK watch from Goldsmiths, 2008. It's a 116509 white gold Daytona. Now, as you can see, it does have service stickers on. It's been unworn since service. As you can see, a slight wear in the bracelet. However, it's a 2008 watch. It has just come back from Rolex, serviced in 2022 in November. Now this watch is on our website. That's the watch there live today on our website, 2008, product code 3758, and it's £27,500. YouTube special, Paddy's Day. I need a few quid in to hit the Guinness tonight. Special price today for YouTube. Hit up in the DMs or give us a call and quote Daytona YouTube. You can have this watch for £25,950. White gold. The steel model does more than that. The white dial steel model does more than that. This is the white gold with a very rare dial, with service papers, with warranty card, with swing tags, with every single thing with it. Original box. It's as original as an original watch comes, this watch. £25,950 for a white gold Daytona. YouTube deal of the day.
Like that. What's that? Oh, your Daytona.
Same thing, but the Rosewell.
Get this together at the same time.
No, you got this before. You got this before, didn't you?
No.
This probably you got it when it was
19, I think, 18. They call that one the Ghost, right?
Yeah.
And then this one doesn't have a nickname. What is it?
That's just nothing.
So there's a Pikachu, a Ghost, and a nothing.
That's a nothing. Yeah.
So of the black subdial ones, the yellow one is the highest price.
At the minute, I would
At the
say
moment.
so. Yeah.
Okay.
It's Asia where that watch sells. It goes mad. It just lifts the price everywhere. But this one's quite a funny one because we met in the Mayfair bar.
Oh, really?
the other week, wasn't it?
Yeah, the other week when Newcastle were playing at Wembley. I think one of his friends spotted us and we just started chatting
Oh, right.
after a few beers and ended up buying a watch.
So did the few beers help you out, or?
I think it helped him out more than me, but I don't know, we'll come to a fair arrangement and it's all done and it's all dusted.
Right, Harry, so some new stock that we've had in this morning. First of all, we have the 41mm blue bimetal Submariner and the Yachtmaster 40 with the dark grey dial rose gold bimetal. Both of these watches are the same price, $14,750. Which one do you prefer? They're both in an unworn condition. Just depends really whether you like rose gold or yellow gold. That's always been a very popular watch. That one's also comes with a chocolate dial. They're both very good value to buyer's market at the moment. That one's probably been 18,000 in the last 12 months. That one's been over 20,000 in the last 12 months.
They're actually not too far over the list price now, are they?
They're not, no. That one's about a touch over 13,000 the list price. I think that one's closer to 12.5. I think the Bluesy, when it was changed slightly in 2020, is a lot nicer watch with the white font. It has a lot more of a fresher appearance, I think. Looks a lot more modern now than the gold text that it used to have. Next we have a 43mm red writing Rolex Sea Dweller, again in an unworn condition, and to me I just prefer it to a Submariner. I think it's very slightly bigger, but it's more unusual. You don't see as many and it's a slightly bigger case.
The vintage touch with the red writing.
Yeah, that's it. Anything historically with red writing has always done well.
And what is that? Is that a 22, 23?
I believe it's a 2022 model in an unworn condition, and it's a touch under 13,000, so it's 12,950. Two other watches that have came down significantly in price. The Batman, we have two of those, a 2017 and a 2018 that are a touch under 14,000. I can remember selling those for like 18,000 in the last 12 months.
Batman?
No, it's the 116710 BLNR. Very little difference, to be honest. A slightly longer power reserve. It has a Rolex crown in the middle, a Swiss made in the middle at 6 o'clock. The same watch. There we have bimetal root beer GMT. Again, we've sold those for like £24,000 in the last 12 months. That one is 7450. It's a 2022 model. I believe we have an older one which is a touch under 17,000 as well. 2 Datejusts. So one has a white dial, one has a silver dial, one has a Jubilee bracelet, one has an Oyster bracelet. The differences are that one's 2022, that one's 2018. So that one is about £2,500 more than that one.
Wow.
So to me, the value in that one, to look at, they're exactly the same. Jubilee bracelet's probably always slightly more popular than an Oyster, but for that, at a touch under £9,000 as a full set in the condition that it's in, is a very nice watch. 2 others, 36mm Wimbledon, fluted bezel, Jubilee bracelet. Again, that's a touch under £10,000. Very popular dial. Very nice watch, both for a man and a lady. And then we have 31mm Tiffany coloured dial Rolex Oyster Perpetual. And again, that has the barcode stickers on. I can remember selling these for over £10,000. That's a touch under £8,000. And again, has a very fresh date and it's unworn in condition. Last but not least, got a Tudor Black Bay. We have quite a lot of the Tudor range now. Very recent watches and they're all less than the list price. So if you're interested in new Tudor, it's definitely worth having a look on our website. Thanks, Harry.
Alright then, we have Watches and Wonders 2023 on the horizon, and we wanted to talk about some of the Rolex predictions for this year, what's coming or potentially coming, and what might be disappearing from the Rolex catalogue. So what I've done, I've printed out a few watches that I've seen on the internet, and we're just going to get some reactions. So this year, 2023, is the 60th anniversary year for the Rolex Daytona. It's also the 70th anniversary of the Rolex Submariner, and it's the 70th anniversary of the Rolex Explorer 1. And speaking of the Rolex Explorer 1, we've got this piece here. Full 18 karat yellow gold Explorer 1. We saw the two-tone, was it in 2020? I think it maybe came out.
To be honest, I think the two-tone is one of the hardest watches to sell. Very difficult watch to sell. And when it first came out, we did have a few inquiries. We have bought and sold the watch numerous times, but it's not one of those watches which flies off the shelf. It's difficult.
I think nobody saw it coming.
Yeah,
when it came
full
out.
Yellow gold, will it be a popular watch?
Can you see it happening at all? It feels like they've broken the rules now that they brought out a two-tone one.
Is it necessary in an Explorer? For me, I don't think so, Harry.
Right then.
Now, this one, so you've got Submariner being the anniversary year. How many changes can they do to the Submariner range when I think it was in 2020 when they made the case size up to a 41 and made a few tweaks and changed the movement. So that's already been done. So there's limited things what I think they can do. But this one will definitely be a winner. Full yellow gold with the green.
The Golden Hulk.
The Golden Hulk, yeah, definitely.
I think that's actually a really cool looking watch.
Yeah, if Rolex make that one, it's going to fly off the shelf. It's a brilliant combination. It'll definitely sell well. It'll be a hot watch for the summer.
Well, speaking of hotly anticipated watches, this watch has been rumoured for a while now. Now it's a GMT, like it would be called the GMT Master Coke.
Yeah, so you see lots of variations now on the GMT, and it would with Rolex a lot of when they bring out the new releases, the Deuce tend to follow suit. So this would follow suit.
Do you think they would save this though for an anniversary year of the GMT?
I don't know. It's always cropping up each year. That watch is cropping up.
And then you would have 4 colourways with the red and black, the blue and black, blue and red,
and the Sprite,
and the black and green. It's suddenly quite a lot of colour combinations in the GMT range. Do you think if this came out,
and that's just in steel. Now you've got the steel and rose, which is the root beer as well.
Do you think if this came out, one of the other colours would disappear?
It gives you a lot of options. So yeah, potentially. For me, it either comes out and one is removed, is discontinued, or it doesn't come out at all and they stay the way it is.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And which one do you think might be discontinued? Could it be the Pepsi, or would that just be a crazy move from Rolex, given how popular it is? But sometimes that's what they do, isn't it?
It's hard to tell. The Pepsi's so sought after, so's the Batman. You know, which one do you choose? I don't know.
Well, on the theme of GMTs,
I think this is a definite. Going back to what I've just said, where Rolex will make slight changes. So obviously the Rolex root beer steel and rose gold on the Oyster bracelet is a winner, and this will just follow suit.
Now, do you think the case size would stay the same? Do you think it would be 40 mil, or might they change it to 41 if, say, the Coke comes out, it could be a 41 case?
Well, everything's going that way. I don't know, but this combo, I definitely think is going to happen. And I also think this combo will also happen in the full rose gold. So full rose gold.
Full rose Jubilee?
Yeah, full Jubilee.
And would that be the only full Everose Jubilee bracelet?
Yeah.
There's no other watch with that, is it? Yeah, that would be a very interesting watch to see. Okay then, so
what have you got here?
The big one, right? It's the Daytona anniversary. This is what we're expecting. Now this one, it's a full green. So
I'm not too sure why you got that photograph.
Yeah, it's a bit of an unusual photo. I think it's definitely had a Photoshop job on this. So I think what's happened here is we've got the green dial from the yellow gold Daytona.
Yeah, so
and then it's on white gold.
So this is on white gold.
And it's got a green.
Okay. Well, with
ceramic.
With the Rolex Daytona range, I think the last change was 2016, which was the ceramic bezel on the steel.
Yeah.
And it is the anniversary, so everybody's predicting something's going to happen in the Daytona range. Whether it's this, I don't know. But I think there's definitely going to be a movement upgrade.
Yeah, it's overdue, isn't it?
Yeah, is there going to be a case size upgrade potentially? So it's going to wear bigger. For the gents, a 40 mil watch, I think the 41 was probably going to be preferred for a lot of people. Will they go with something like a ceramic bezel on the precious metal?
That's a hotly rumoured one, isn't it?
Yeah.
A full
yellow
bracelet.
Rose, all three are with the ceramic bezel.
Do you think, I think as well, if they did make the case a 41, it's probably going to be more like the Submariner, where it's 41, but in reality it's only a fraction of a millimetre bigger.
Yeah, and they probably make the case size, the depth of the case size smaller, sort of wear nice.
And maybe tweak the bracelet proportions a little bit or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it seems like the Daytona is a formula, it's kind of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it,
Yeah, of course, 100%. Like I said, I think the last change was in 2016 with the ceramic version. Going back to watches potentially getting discontinued, us as watch dealers now, we'll see maybe last month, we probably sold 5 or 6 of the green Daytona. At the minute, people are tending to hold on to see what's going to happen.
Just in case.
Which is fair play to them. I think it's probably a good idea, because if there is a change, case size, bezel size, whatever the change might be, the green Daytona might be the one to go, or the platinum Daytona. They're going to make a variation to the dial colour or the bezel colour and keep the actual platinum Daytona in the range and just tweak it somehow. And going back to the green Daytona, will they discontinue it fully? Personally, I always find the best time to sell, which may not be the case this year, but it has been in previous years, is when something is predicted, people think something's going to be discontinued just before the release or that information is put out in the public domain. That's probably the best time to sell, or literally just after, because you see that spike then.
Well, something that is discontinued, and this is the last one of these bits of paper that I have, is this here. So that is a steel Daytona with the Panda dial.
Yeah.
But it has a steel bezel, right?
Okay.
Instead of the ceramic. A lot of people still like that steel bezel look, don't they? So, maybe it could come back.
Going back to the old reference.
But the dial's different this time.
Okay, yeah, so it has the Panda dial.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Maybe it comes as an option, so you could specify a bit like a date just with fluted or smooth. You could have ceramic or steel.
Well, you can choose your bezel.
Possibly. Yeah.
And there's always going to be a curveball. There's always going to be things where you can pretty much, you've got a good idea and you can predict like changing the Daytona range, but there's always going to be a curveball out there. Like, for example, you had the titanium, the Challenger.
Yeah, the Deep Sea Challenge, yeah.
Which came out later on in 2022. Then you also had the Sprite. That's a serious curveball. Nobody expected that one.
No.
But then following suit, you do get a lot of predictions where you can see that where that does work. For example, Rolex brought out the Oysterflex Yachtmaster in yellow gold.
Along that line, maybe we could see an Everose or rose gold Submariner, because we currently can't get that.
Yeah.
And not in two-tone or full. And with it being an anniversary year, could that be an option?
Definitely.
And I think as well, with the Oysterflex that you mentioned, that's another thing that hasn't happened on the Daytona. The Yachtmaster and the Skydweller has a glide lock style adjustment, and the Daytonas don't have that yet on the Oysterflex.
Yeah, so if they do change the Daytona range, you're going to see the new glide lock.
Yeah.
On the bracelet, definitely.
It only makes sense, doesn't it?
It only makes sense, but and it's just going to be interesting to see what curveballs are out there.
So other pieces that you think might get discontinued then. Every year for the last few years, the Mille has been rumoured, because it currently stands as a bit of an oddball in the lineup.
Will they discontinue the watch, or will they improve the watch similar to the Air King?
Yeah. Maybe it'll get the same case.
Potentially. I think they're going to bring out some nice different dial variations, if I'm honest. And it's going to be probably on maybe the ladies' pieces on the full gold.
Do you think there's an overall trend with Rolex that they are pushing their precious metal watches a bit more? They're trying to increase sales.
Definitely, they're trying to make these novelty pieces to try and push the sales out. Obviously, doing these tweaks is going to help that. It's going to refresh the range, and it's going to make it more attractive to customers. It's something new,
and
which is actually good for us.
Yeah.
Because if a customer has a Day-Date, for example, with a standard champagne dial, and there's a new 2023 dials come out, that the customer wants to part exchange or wants to potentially sell that watch to someone like us and purchase the new one. So yeah, it works in our favour also.
And at the top of the chain of the precious metals, you've got platinum, right? Do you think they're going to mess with the platinum Daytona? As in, are we going to see potentially a different dial? Could we see it with some sort of parve thing going on? Or?
So what is it? The last 2 years, everybody's thought something's going to happen with the Daytona Platinum. But now with it being the anniversary year, I think something across the board will happen. I think the Platinum Daytona will stay. It will still stay in the range. What tweaks they do to it will ensure is it going to be the dial and the bezel combination, the different colour, different case size. But I think as a model, the Platinum Daytona will stay. Whether that's the same with the green and the green yellow gold John Mayer, I don't think so. I don't know. I think also might see another titanium piece.
Well, I think there's a British sailor who, I'm forgetting the name, but I will pop it up. He was spotted a couple of years ago with a titanium Yachtmaster.
Right.
And apparently it was a real Rolex prototype.
Yeah, so they're sampling different materials, so which is innovative, which is good.
Yeah.
We've never actually had the Challenger in store yet. Been offered it a few times. I've seen the price. It's come down quite a lot, but we've never actually purchased one. Never seen one in the flesh. What
are they trading around at the moment? It seemed like they were crazy high.
Yeah.
And then they came down quickly because maybe people weren't buying them at that price.
I haven't been offered one recently. Harry, to be honest, so I haven't took much notice of the market on them because I haven't actually bought one. But yeah, the size of them just looks crazy. But I do think we might be seeing another titanium piece.
And something on the Submariner, whether it's a titanium Submariner with I've seen ones with a blue, like a Smurf, but a titanium Smurf.
Right.
So blue bezel, blue dial, and then also some sort of rose gold. Or Oysterflex on a sub.
What is Submariner?
Could that be coming along?
I don't know.
Or do you think it dilutes the...
Yeah,
because
the Daytona Oysterflex just works so well. Then you have the Yachtmaster and the Sky Dweller.
But for instance, the Sky Dweller, would anybody have thought that the Sky Dweller would come out on an Oysterflex? No. Probably not, and it did, so...
And with regards to which watches get discontinued, we'll have this chat every year. Is it going to be the Mille? That's always discussed. Is it going to be certain Daytonas? We've already touched on that point. The Platinum Daytona, the Yellow Gold Daytona. We shall see.
We shall see.
We shall see.
Right, well, let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'll see how right we are, or probably how wrong we are, when the actual watches are released in the next...
Yeah, but I think so just look out for it. I think it is the 1st of April is when the show actually starts. So
that's going to be Rolex updates. Patek and AP, are they normally around that time? In fact, is it most of them?
Pretty sure all at the event. But we've just concentrated on Rolex today. Maybe we'll do something else with Patek.
Okay.
AP seem to be filtering a lot of their different models throughout the year. But obviously the big one's always Rolex. That's the one that's anticipated. So we will see.
Definitely. Right, sweet. We'll leave it there.